Please sit down. Please sit down. Okay. Sachin and Gada, the money is transferred to your bank account already. Okay. Yeah, sit down, relax, relax, relax. Relax. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Okay. So, wow, that's a kind of introduction you get if you pay $100 beforehand. So the money transferred already, okay? All right. Well, day 4. Day 4 of week-on number 25. Amazing. Amazing. The way you're sitting just reminds me of packed sardines. But then, for the people from other countries, this might look very strange. But for people from India, this is how the unreserved general compartment of the train looks like. And you know, when I was in the university, I used to travel, you know, and in universities, sometimes you don't really travel by pre-booking your train ticket. So I used to travel a lot from Chennai to Delhi and all that in unreserved general compartment. So this is how exactly it would be, you know, people lying on the floor. And at night, when you have to go to the washroom, you have to actually hop on top of the people. And I think that's how some of you sitting in the far corner of the row, if you have to go to the washroom, I think that's how you're going now. It's just amazing. So how was week-on so far? Great, great. On it. Okay. The mic once in a while behaves like my wife. It doesn't allow me to talk much. Now, apart from what you've already heard, I really don't have much more to say. So Chiefs, I told Chief, there's nothing more to say. I mean, they have listened to everything. So he said, Arun, just go on stage and stand there for 1 hour. They'll take some pictures. That's it. That's enough for them to keep going for 1 year. So I'm here. You can take some pictures. And then I go back. And the next speaker will come. All right? No, seriously. What more can you learn? The V partners have come up and poured their heart out. Okay. So, love you all, love you all, love you all. Now, let's tone the love down a bit. My wife is recording this and watching it. Okay. All right. I am a shy person. You don't want me to blush on stage. All right? So, anyway. Now I forgot what I wanted to say. See, this is why. Okay, so, whatever. I was saying that there's hardly anything more for us to learn, and also what the people who have come up on stage and shared with you so far, really how much of that was new knowledge? Honestly speaking, how much of what you heard over the last 3 days was like you have never heard before? Hardly anything. Most of what you heard so far, you've already heard, right? Most of you, when the speaker was saying something, you were nodding your head, saying, yeah, that's right. Which means you have already heard it, and you are recalling it, acknowledging it. So there's hardly anything new for me to add or for any speaker to add. So why do people come for WeCon? Why do people come for WeCon? If the knowledge that you gain here, you can actually get from reading a book. Why do people come for WeCon? Now, I am sure some of you, especially those ones who have come to WeCon for the first time, some of you sitting there and wondering, why do these people make us stay here till 2 in the morning? And then again, I just get 3 or 4 hours sleep. I have to come back again. No sleep, so tiring, right? Why can't they do this professionally? You know, print out an agenda, give it to us, do proper breaks, do it in a proper place. So, in my initial days, I also had this doubt. So I asked Datoshri, why do you do this? Why do you keep people up so late? I mean, so tiring. And it's you know, body pain, your back hurts, your butt hurts. You can't even go to the washroom properly. You can hardly eat. So how do I learn anything? And then Datoshri said, see, Arun, what you need to learn, you already know. It's in your subconscious mind. But your conscious mind is full of ego and garbage. And that is preventing your subconscious in coming forward. Now, when you are comfortable and rested, your conscious mind is so powerful that I can spend whole day arguing with it. I can say something and your conscious mind would say, yeah, but that doesn't work. You know, yeah, these people can say anything. Yeah, they are saying that because they want us to do this. See, your conscious mind is so full of ego and bullshit that it doesn't really help me communicate with your subconscious mind. Now, your real power lies in your subconscious mind, and I am interested in that. And once you are tired, once you are uncomfortable, your conscious mind is very busy with handling all these inconveniences. That's what your conscious mind is thinking about. You know, when is the next food? When is the bathroom break? Should I go now? Should I queue up now? Because by the time the break starts, there will be already a big line. And your subconscious mind is left unguarded. And I can reach into it. So I felt that was pretty powerful. And I am sure that worked. I am sure that worked because I changed. And I benefited from his trainings, like I was telling you on the first day. So for those of you who feel tired and uncomfortable and all that, that's fine. Don't worry about it. That's all on purpose. Okay? All right, so, you know, before I start, I want to get to know you a bit. Is that fine? All right. So, what's your name? Say your name. Okay, great. Glad to meet you. And my name is Arun. And how long you been with QNET? Okay, all right. Well, it's been a little over 15 years for me, a little under 16. So in a few months, I'll be 16 years in the business. Now, some of you might say, so what do you mean? Did you start when you were in kindergarten? So, how many of you sitting here are excited and happy that you came here? Okay. And how many of you are upset, angry, frustrated that you came here? Oh. No one. Just, I see a few hands here and there. That's fine. Thank you for being honest. How many of you are married? Okay. You know, couple are sitting together, wife is putting her hand up, the husband is not, then the wife is nudging the husband. So, all right, all the married people sitting together, wife sitting together, please stand up. No, whoever are sitting together, stand up, others. Okay. All right. So, guys, has your wife told you that magic 3 words yet? Today, did she tell you those 3 magic words yet? No? Not yet? You know, the magic words which whenever you make a mistake, your wife will say, you know, I told you. That's what I said. So she told you that already today. Okay, great. So just to make this whole process a bit easier for me for the next 1 hour, please, wives, please tell your husband one more time, I told you so that at least for the next 1 hour you don't have to tell and he can focus on my training. You know, wives have got a few of those collections of those 3 magic words. You know, she calls you up and asks, where are you? Another 3 magic words. So, anyway, today, again, this is week on. We are in the beginning of a new life. So, I will let you say those precious 3 magic words to each other before we start. So go ahead and tell each other, I love you. All right. Now give a hug to each other. Come on. All right. Okay. Now. All right, now. Wives, sit down, and the husbands give a hug to each other, comforting each other. You need the comfort. Only married men will understand, so. You know, the 16 years of being with QNET has been an amazing journey. All right? Can I sit down here? Okay? Okay, just for a little while, all right? And you can see me on the screen, so. So over these time that you have been in the business, whether it's been a few months or maybe a couple of years for some of you, maybe more. You would have had quite a few of embarrassing moments, right? Yes or no? You know, where you really felt so terrible. And most of the time, those embarrassing moments are when you talk to prospects. Yes or no? Okay. So I had one such terribly embarrassing moment. You want to hear about it? So then you can feel good and I can feel bad. So, you know, this happened during my first, I think the second month in the business. And see, when I signed up, I was pretty young, like I told you. Just a little more than kindergarten stuff. I was 23 years old when I signed up. So I had very less working experience. I had actually worked in a job for maybe a couple of years. That's it. Less than 2 years. And in those 2 years, I actually changed about 8 jobs. Okay? I know I'm not very proud of it, but I just didn't like the concept of work in a job. So the first time you take a job, you're excited, and within a month, your excitement goes down because you get disillusioned about what the potential of the job is. And then you go into another job thinking that that would be much better. But then that also turns out to be something similar. And after 3 or 4 such switches, I realized that all the jobs are the same. So, you know, while I was working my upline, okay, you've seen my upline? No? Oh my God. My upline here? There? My upline, please stand up and let the crowd acknowledge you. I know they are confused. No, my upline. No, the person in the white t-shirt can sit down. My upline, I'm talking about my upline. Okay. You know, Mahendra Kumar, when he signed up, like a very loving, fearful husband, used his wife's name to sign up. So I always pull his leg, saying that, you know, you're not my upline. Your wife is my upline, so please don't talk to me directly. It's cross-lining. But, you know, Kumar and I worked together in a company in Bahrain. So after my studies, I graduated in hospitality management. Any IHM guys here? Institute of Hotel Management? IHM? Man. Okay. I feel you. Sit down. I feel for you. So I graduated from IHM Chennai. Okay. Ooh, to you too. So, you know, after graduating, I realized that that field is not for me. Because, see, people work in hotels when everybody else is free. You know, like weekends, Christmas, holidays, New Year. That's a busy time for hotels. And I realized that if I do that, then I wouldn't be having any personal life. And so I was looking for a shift. I went to Bahrain, and I joined a company called Unilever. And I was working there, and that's Kumar was my colleague there. And he signed me up, okay? And I was nothing like what you see now. At that time, I was very shy, introvert. I wouldn't talk to anyone, all right? I wouldn't talk to... The mic has got very good training from my wife anyway. So, what I did the first month was because I didn't know how to do a presentation. I was so afraid even to do a presentation. So I would take the prospects, my friends, to Kumar's house. And Kumar would do the presentation. So that's how it worked out. And so I took Manoj, Balaji, Cherian, my friends who are now VPs and AVPs. And Kumar would do the presentation. And they would sign up. And if they had any objections, they would ask Kumar, he will handle it. And so within a month, about 3 to 4 weeks' time, I had about 30, 40 people in my downline. I was super excited. I said, this is great business. All that I had to do was take my prospects or my downline's prospects in the evening in my car to Kumar's house, and Kumar would do the presentation. They sign up, I get the money. What a great business. After a month, then I started telling my downlines, guys, you know the way to Kumar's house. Why do you call me? And then soon Kumar said, Arun, no, this doesn't work this way. You have to present to your prospects and your downline's prospects. So I said, okay, yeah, I will eventually do it. Don't worry. For now, please take care of it. I said, no, I cannot. Because now all these people are bringing their prospects to my house. My wife is going to kick me out very soon. So please take care of your own team and their prospects. And so now I started worrying. I don't know how to do a presentation. What am I going to do? So I started learning how to do a presentation. And during that time, one of my downlines called me and he said, Arun, there is a doctor who wants to sign up. I have presented to the doctor already. He has come for presentation. He's convinced he wants to sign up. But, I don't want him to sign up with just one product. I want him to buy multiple products. So, please go and convince him the benefit of buying more products. And at that time, I was the only one who had bought multiple products to start the business. So I felt, what better opportunity to do your first presentation than to a prospect who is already convinced, right? What is the worst that can going to happen? I mean, he might not want to buy multiple products. Maybe at least he's going to buy one product, right? So I got excited. I said, okay, no problem, I'll handle it. So I, went home, took the printouts from the internet about the products, the company, created a great folder, called up the doctor, fixed up the appointment for the next day. And the next day, I went to his hospital. I told the reception, I'm here to meet Dr. Ibrahim. And they called the doctor. The doctor came out in a minute. And then the doctor took me to a small conference room. And he said, okay, wait here. I'll come in 2 minutes. So I sat there. I neatly arranged all the papers and all that. And in 2 minutes' time, the door opens. The doctor walks in. Behind him, another 6 people. And they all sit down. And they say, okay, start your presentation. I was like, I wasn't exactly planning on presenting to 6 people. And now I started getting nervous. And then, anyway, I started my presentation. And 30 seconds into the presentation, one of the doctors started asking questions. How do you know this is real? Have you seen this company? I said, yeah, no, but they have their address in Hong Kong. They have, phone number anybody can call and verify. So they asked, did you visit their office? I said, no, I've not been there yet. So how do you know? But valid question, And then I said, okay, let me continue. And then soon they started asking so many questions, and I didn't know how to answer them. And soon, within a couple of minutes, I was opening my mouth and talking, but no sound was coming out. It was, and then I told the doctors, see, this file has all the information you need. Please go through it at your own convenience. And I ran away from there with my life. And, I went straight to my house. I was so depressed. I was so sad. I thought maybe I just couldn't do this business. This is not for me. So whatever money I have earned so far, that's good. And that's it. That might be the end of business for me. But my upline, being the nice person that he is, did you like when he came on stage and spoke? That simplicity, that's unbelievable. That humbleness, in spite of being a V partner, for him to come up and share his heart out without, guarding himself. And that's exactly how he was at that time. And that gave me a lot of confidence. And he would just be himself, all raw. And then slowly, I learned how to do the presentation, and he came with me, and we started doing it, and I became good at it. And I slowly started doing presentation, and I started loving it so much that after a while, after a few weeks, I would not allow anybody in my team to do a presentation to their prospects by themselves. I will come and do it, because I loved it so much. It was such fun to do the presentations, and I would literally drive around and do presentations. And, so that's one of my embarrassing stories, all right? And I'm sure many of you have something maybe similar, maybe better, worse, whatever. Now, are you impressed with the V partners who came up? Unbelievable people, right? But you know that, like Chief was saying, about 10 years ago, if you had met them, you wouldn't be signing them up. Even if they gave you money to sign them up, you wouldn't sign them up. And it was actually only Donna who showed her photograph, like from many years ago. The other people cannot even show their photographs because the photographers refuse to take the picture. I think the photographer who took Sati's picture 15 years ago got fired. And, many of us were so arrogant people, when we started. By the way, have you noticed it? The more broke you are, the more arrogant you are. So we were all very broke people. And the only thing that can top our monetary condition at that time was our arrogance. Adley, you should have, David for that matter. In the initial days, the upline who signed up David quit the business. And I think that all the uplines above him quit the business. Adley was based in Middle East. And at that time, Japa was in the Middle East. He was based there for a couple of years. And Adley used to interact with Japa. Now, how do you think Japa lost all his hair? So, these V partners who come up on stage, don't get impressed. If at all, get inspired. Because what we have done over these years, anyone can do it. You guys can do it. You have seen some of your uplines who have come up on stage, received those great awards. The only difference between you and me or the other people is just that we are a few years ahead of you in the journey. That's all. There's nothing else. All right? So, let me drink some water, okay? Hey, did you guys get this band? All right. Wow. You got one full band, like not half. You bought the whole one band. That was sarcasm. Get a few bands, no, 20 ringgit, you're getting one band and then you're flashing as though you're very proud. You know what this is for, right? Any idea what this is for? Hold my hand. Exactly. So, hold a kid's hand, get a few of these. If you liked what some V partners came up on stage and spoke, and if you want to listen to this again and again, do you know what to do? Yeah, not take your phone and record. That's not the point. VTube Plus, all right? All these are in it. And, many times, the same message need to be reiterated, repeated again and again for it to really get in. And that helps. And another thing why I like going into VTube Plus and listening to these trainings that Dato Shri talks or Japa talks or whatever, when I listen to it, I get transported back to being in that VCon. It's just, I feel that same energy that I felt during those 5 days. Now, what will actually transform you here in these 5 days is not the knowledge. It's not what we speak to you on the phone. It's not these words. Because like I was telling you before, what we are talking to you is nothing new. Yes or no? These are things which you already knew. But what will transform you in these 5 days? What will help you evolve, empower, enrich, and make you strong to go out and prove them wrong is the transformation in your energy inside. When you have the energy of a warrior, the way you apply the knowledge changes. See, if, like Dato Shri was saying, I think it was a couple of days ago, that if knowledge alone was the deciding factor, then the PhDs should have been multimillionaires, right? PhDs in economics, finance, and all that business. They're not. And actually, the people who are multimillionaires are people who hardly went to school. So, what is that thing that is going to transform you? Now, you came here with an expectation. Your uplines told you that you go to VCon and you will change. The change should happen within. The information, the knowledge that you already know, the understanding of that knowledge should change. So when different speakers come up and talk maybe about the same topic in different ways, it will help you understand that in various ways. And that would help you change your energy, your understanding of it. And when you start understanding something in a very personal, deep level, you will start implementing it. Without implementing, there is no benefit. You will just become like a library. All the notes that you have collected, it will stay at home and you can expand your library connection. That's what is going to happen. So, do you have your dream yet? You got your dream? The why is the most important aspect. The why. So, you say you have a dream. Now let me ask you another question. Why that dream? Why that particular dream? Whatever your dream is, I don't know what your dream is. Whatever it is. Why that dream and why not something else? Why that dream? So you should have an answer for yourself. Not because somebody else told that is the dream you should have. That dream should move you on a personal level. You should want that dream. It's very, very important. That's a cornerstone of success. That your reason, your dream, should be something that is very, very important to you. Because this journey that you are going to make towards your dream, it is a very tough journey. You will have to pay a big price to achieve your dream. And if it is not something important for you, you will not pay the price. You will shy away from paying that. You might be interested in the dream. Initially, you might start doing something. You start paying some small price, pocket change. But then, soon, the time comes, progresses, where the price becomes higher and higher and higher. And now, you're like, oh, I'm not prepared to pay this much. It's like you go into shopping and you see something you like. In your mind, you're prepared to pay whatever amount of money, but then you go to the shopkeeper, he checks the price, and it's 10 times more than what you're willing to pay. What would you do? Do you buy it? No, you say, oh, okay, that's fine. Keep it. And that's what a lot of us would do. See, paying the price is a very, very important concept. We need to really understand that. There is no escape from paying the price for your dreams. There's no escape. In fact, there is no escape from paying the price at all. You will pay the price anyway. Whether you pay the price for success or for failure is your choice. There is no escape from paying the price. Now, the difference between paying the price for success and paying the price for failure is that paying the price for success is for a short period of time. But the price for failure, you will pay till you die. The price for success, you will pay for a short period of time, whether it is a couple of years, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, whatever. But if you choose not to pay that price, you cannot escape from paying the price for your failure, which you will have to pay till you die. The choice is in your hands. Which price are you willing to pay? There is no escape from paying the price. Now, let me help you understand this, all right? If you go to a shop and you want to buy something, and the shopkeeper says this is $100, what would you do? Would you pay $100 and buy it? Or do you ask the shopkeeper, I don't have $100, but can I do a bhangra? And I'll do a bhangra for 10 minutes. Please take that as an exchange and give me that stuff. You don't get it, right? You will not get that stuff. You have to pay the $100. That's it. The same way, your dreams have a price. And you cannot negotiate with it. The price for your dreams is rejection, heartache, struggle, humiliation, hard work. And you cannot negotiate or bargain with it. You can try, but you will not get it. Now, in the case of our dreams, there is no shopkeeper, all right? So you cannot have this back and forth conversation. If we are buying an item from a shop, then you go to the shopkeeper and you can have this back and forth conversation. But in the case of our dreams, there is no particular shop which is selling it. So how do you know how much your dream costs? You wouldn't know. You have absolutely no idea. So what can you do then? You just have to keep paying the price till you get your dream. That is the only option. See, it's like if you go to a vending machine, all right, and you want to get something from the vending machine. Now, most vending machines have the price of the item that you want to get listed. But let's assume the price is not listed and you are thirsty, there is water in the machine and you want to get the water. All right, you have money in your wallet, but you just don't know how much it is. So you put first $1. It doesn't come out, put $2. The machine works, it's not a broken machine, all right? You just saw somebody take the water before or whatever. And you keep putting it. And after $3 or $4, let's say the water drops and you drink. It's the same thing with your dreams. You just have to keep paying the price till your dreams come true. You just have to keep paying. See, now, I hope that your dreams are very precious. I hope. Because if they're not, after paying a few dollars, if you're not really thirsty, for example, okay, there's water there, but you know, you're not really thirsty, and you just want to try it, you put a couple of dollars, and the water doesn't come. Now you start thinking, oh, maybe the machine is broken. You know, so let me not waste my remaining money in it. Anyway, I'm going to go home in the next 1 hour or so, I'll drink water there. Do you understand? But if you're really thirsty, and you are, you know, at the verge of dying from thirst, but you have the money on you, you will keep putting it. So if you have a cheap dream, you will not pay the price. You will start bargaining with it. So I hope that you have a very, very precious dream that is worth every heartache, every tear, every rejection that you will have to pay. And believe me, you will have to pay. I wish I could stand here and tell you that it is all going to be easy, don't worry, you know, just do a few presentations here and there, somebody will come and sign up, and then, you know, it just takes off. It doesn't. It does not. And if you are not willing to pay the price, then stop doing this. Don't waste your upline's time. They have more precious dreams. Don't ask stupid questions like, oh, how many more presentations do I have to do? Why do I have to come for week-on? Why is it 5 days? Why do I have to go to the system every week? Why do I have to read these books? How many more presentations? How much ever more it takes. That's how many more presentations you got to do. And stop freaking counting your number of presentations. And I hope your dream is that much precious that you will not even think of counting the number of presentations. That you're so busy looking at your dream. And when you have such a valuable dream, you know what will happen? You will actually look forward for every moment to pay the price. Because you know that when I am paying the price, I am getting closer. I am progressing in my journey to my dream. You will actually be so happy that you are paying the price. Now, when you adopt this kind of a mentality, when you adopt this kind of a spirit, our chief keeps mentioning, the warrior mentality, right? It's very essential to have the warrior mentality. But then let me also tell you one thing. There are two kinds of people in the world which have this warrior mentality, all right? And it's very important to understand this. One are called as leaders. The other group, which if you look at actually has almost all the same work ethic, warrior mentality of the leader, but they produce different kind of results. And those people are called dictators. So you have leaders, you got dictators. The history is full of such examples. Both group of people are willing to pay the price. They have a dream. They work hard. Most of them come from nothing. What is the difference? What is the difference? What do you think? Now, we definitely don't want you to go back and become a dictator. You know examples of dictators, right? And what they have done to countries and humanity. People like Hitler, people like Idi Amin. And then you have people like Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Aung San Suu Kyi, who are leaders. The difference is in why they do it. For what purpose? The leaders do it to empower people, to lift people up, to help them achieve something. Whereas dictators do it to oppress people and make them do what the dictator wants them to do. All right? Now, both of them work hard. They have the charisma. They can talk and all that stuff. What do you want to become? When you take this message from Weekon and you become a warrior and you go back, which kind of a person are you going to become? A warrior leader. And that is defined by your actions. When the going gets tough, a warrior leader does not resort to unethical things. Does not. If you look at the history, no leader has bent his or her principles when they face challenges. But every dictator would justify his or her actions of why they need to kill people. And they have a beautiful way of justifying it. And once you start justifying, there is no end to it. We have a very beautiful business. You don't need to lie. But you need to be willing to pay the price. Now, you have seen me a few years ago, like a couple of years ago. How many of you have seen me like 2 or 3 years ago? Okay, a few of you. I was 3 times the size. I want to show you some of my pictures from 2012, okay? This is just 2012. So, if you're ready, you can show these pictures. All right? So, look at that. This is just 2012. I had no neck. I mean, it just came all the way from here to my collarbone. And that's how 120 kilo person looks like. All right? And yeah, go on. That's how a 120 kilo, 50-inch waist looks like. All right? Okay. Yeah, these are my, teammates. Dr. Anil, Manoj, Cherian, who is a V partner now. Manoj, Balaji, who are AVP. These are people who signed up with me when I... okay. All right, next. What else we got? That's my family. My wife, Mary, my son, Tristan, Trisha. All right, next. All right, this is our house in Chicago. My son is playing. Okay, that's it. All right. Is that just a spot? I need a... Okay, thanks. All right. So, about a few years ago, sometime during the end of 2012, I was talking to my son, who was, about 8 years old, 7 years old at that time. And he was eating all kinds of sugar, fast food, and all that. And so I told him, see, you shouldn't be eating all this. You are going to get fat. It's unhealthy for you. And he turned right around and he said, Dad, you are super fat. And for some reason, that really hit me, all right? Because that is not the kind of influence I want to be on my kids. And I never thought that my actions would be will have such kind of an influence. And like Chief was saying earlier, kids don't listen to what you say. They actually listen to what you do, and they duplicate. And that was my wake-up call. That, I can be many things, but definitely not a bad influence on my kids. No way. All right? And in about a year and a half, I lost about 40 kilos. All right? And ever since, for the last 1.5 years, I've been, the way I am, how I look. And I definitely had to pay a lot of price, all right? It was not easy. But then, at no instant, I felt as though I was making a huge sacrifice. Whenever I was going to the gym or, reducing my food or not eating sugar and the sweet stuff and all that, I did not really feel as though I'm making a big sacrifice. I was actually feeling happy inside that I am doing this so that I can be an influence, a positive influence on my son, on my kids. All right? So, a lot of people come up to me and ask, what is the point in living like this? You don't eat sugar, you don't do this, you don't do that. What's the point in living? And it's the same stupid question that you would ask a vegetarian, that what is the point in living? Why, if you don't eat meat, what is the point? You understand, it's a stupid question, because the person who has given up something understands why they have given up something. Nobody has forced them to do it. And for them, the reason they have given up something is 1,000,000 times more important than why they have to do it. It is not a sacrifice, it's a pleasure. When you pay the price, you will smile and pay the price, not complain. If you catch yourself complaining, that should mean that you don't understand why you're paying the price. Now, you all have got dreams. And I want to help you understand why that dream is important. And if that dream is not important for you, I want to help you change that into something that is really important for you. Let me show you a video, okay? I want you to watch this video.
Τι είναι αυτό?
Ένα σπουργίτι.
Τι είναι αυτό?
Μόλις τώρα στο παπατέρα, σπουργίτι είναι.
Τι είναι αυτό?
Ένα σπουργίτι είναι, πατέρα. Ένα σπουργίτι. Σπου-γι-τι!
Τι είναι αυτό?
Γιατί το κάνεις αυτό το πράγμα, μπορείς να μου πεις? Τόσες φορές σου είπα, είναι ένα σπουργίτι. Δεν το καταλαβαίνεις. Πού πας?
Δυνατά.
Σήμερα ο μικρός μου γιος που πριν λίγες μέρες έκλεισε τα 3 καθόταν μαζί μου έξω στο πάρκο όταν ένα σπουργίτι ήρθε και κάθισε απέναντί μας. Ο γιος μου με ρώτησε 21 φορές τι ήταν αυτό και το απάντησε και τις 21 φορές ότι ήταν ένα σπουργίτι. Τον αγκάλιασε τρυφερά και τις 21 φορές που μου έκανε την ίδια ερώτηση, ξανά και ξανά, χωρίς να εκνευριστώ, νιώθοντας στοργή για το αθώο μου αγοράκι.
What you do becomes extremely more powerful when you are very clear on who you do it for. Your dream becomes very, very valuable when you know who you are doing it for. See, we people, we are created by the Almighty to help and assist our fellow human beings. That's in our DNA. Whatever the media or the society try to tell you about accumulating a lot of wealth for yourself, You can try doing it, but you will get disillusioned very fast. You can have all the money in the world, but you will not be happy. So whatever dream it is, if it is to max out, you should know why you're doing it and for whom it is. We have been who we are today is a result of the sacrifice of a lot of people around us. We might not realize it. And those people, when they sacrificed for us, we were in no capacity to pay them back. See, today, when I hear some of your dreams, even though you say that I'm doing this for my father, my brother, my mother, and all that, for many people, that's like you are giving something for your parents. Let me tell you one thing. Even if you keep giving from this moment till you die, you can never repay that. So stop thinking that you are doing them a favor if you take them somewhere on a vacation. What they have done for you, we are in no capacity to pay that back. But yet, we must try, because that makes us who we are intended to be. We are all made to be successful, phenomenal, beautiful people. The way we will become that is by what we do every day. And when you know in your heart why you're doing what you're doing and for whom you're doing, nothing will be able to stop you. And for those of you who still haven't understood this, let me show you another video.
I had a minute to decide what I had to decide, either life or this, and you know, I was told not to let the decision that I was going to make at that moment haunt me for the rest of my life. So I made the decision to let her go. I remember I just laid at her side and I was just weeping like crazy. I told her everything I was grateful for. I told her, thank you so much for how you raised me. And the sad thing about it is that was the only time I did it. I never did it before. I never told my mom how much I loved her. I never told her anything until that moment. After that, I remember I kissed her and I said goodbye. I went inside the waiting room. I heard all these noises again, but no pitter patter of the feet, no nothing, you know. And I remember I looked it up at him. I was like, "Is it over?" And he said, "Yeah, it's over." To this day, she's always in the back of my mind every time I do my schoolwork. Everything I do, because she just taught me how to love, how to be kind, how to be real, how to be genuine towards people, live every second as if you're your last, and always help the poor, live simply so other people can simply live.
love and gratitude is what differentiates leaders from dictators. When you do something, what you do out of gratitude and love, you will never go wrong. You will never hesitate to pay the price. It's very, very powerful. It's difficult for many of us to feel gratitude in our hearts because the people, you might feel thankful to some people in some instance, and then they do something wrong, and then you get angry with them, and that feeling of gratitude goes away. You have your uplines, and you're very thankful to them, but then, your upline does something, and then now you suddenly forget all the gratitude feelings and you get angry. You love your parents, at some times you think about them, you feel this love and gratitude. But then, when they shout at you or they do some mistake, you lose that feeling of gratitude and you get into a complaining mode, or you feel angry with them. And this goes on till one day we lose them. Once we lose someone, after that they cannot hurt you anymore. And when they don't hurt us anymore, you don't get upset with them anymore. And then you start thinking about all those good things they have done for you over the years. But then, by that time, it's too late. They've gone already. What is the point? Whether it's our parents or uplines or whoever it is, they are human beings. And when we interact with human beings, they might do things that we might not agree with. That might hurt us. They might not intend to hurt us, but that's how things will happen. But does that take away any of the sacrifices they have done for us over these years? It does not. Your dream becomes so much powerful when you know who you are doing it for and who you are doing it with. Love and gratitude are very, very powerful feelings. And this feeling of love and gratitude will make you so much powerful. So much powerful. Not in an arrogant way, but in a very deep sense that nothing can take your dream away from you. Nothing will be able to move you from your path. Any negative newspaper or TV channel or people or overzealous authorities or anything, when those challenges happen, you will be able to stand your ground and continue your activities. Because now, not only your dreams are important, but you are very clear on why you're doing it. See, for you to do your business, when there is something negative going on in the market, that definitely is a challenge. I don't disagree to it. But then, when you were growing up, if your mom or dad had to work 2 jobs and then take care of you, was that a challenge in itself or not? Did they do it? It is still a challenge. Just because the challenge did not come in the form of a newspaper article or a TV channel doesn't mean that it is any less of a challenge. It is a challenge. And you are sitting where you are today because a lot of people have paid the price to make you sit where you are today. I want you to stand up. And I want you to realize that this journey is not for everyone. This is not for people who keep complaining. And if you don't have a strong reason and you don't know why you're doing it and who you are doing it for, you will keep complaining. And when it gets tough, and if you don't know who you're doing it for and who you are doing it with, it becomes very tough. But if you are very clear, on who you are doing it for and who you are doing it with, then paying that price becomes such a happy feeling. You will look forward for it. You will not complain. You will be happy. You will be thanking the God because you are able to pay the price and achieve your dream, which is your respect to the people who have in the past sacrificed for you. Your success is the biggest tribute for the people who have sacrificed for you. Now you might think, sit down. See, you might think that, this love and gratitude are, they're like airy-fairy feelings. It doesn't make us strong. It's, it kind of makes us mushy and soft inside. I want to be a warrior. I want to be powerful. I want to have courage. You know what we all heard about fear, right? What is the opposite of fear? Courage? Brave? What gives you that courage? The best way to overcome fear is love and gratitude. Have you heard about weak mothers doing incredible things to save their children from some danger? Internet is full of such videos. Where did they get that courage from? It comes from love. I want to show you a video, right? Have you heard about Mike Tyson? One of the most fearsome boxers. He owned all the boxing titles. There are 3 championships, all right? And he owned the titles in each 3 of them at the age of 20. The first 19 fights that he won were all knockouts. The first 12 of them were knockouts in the first round. And his 38th fight was with a guy called Buster Douglas. Now, Buster Douglas is an underdog. He is not very famous. And Mike Tyson really did not want to fight him. And Mike Tyson was actually looking forward to fighting with Evander Holyfield. And Evander Holyfield was a very famous boxer. And during the time, his promoter brought this Buster Douglas. He said, it's a good practice for you. And they fixed up this match with Buster Douglas. And nobody gave any chance for Buster Douglas at all. You know, this fight happened in Japan, and the betting clubs wouldn't even hold the odds because, you know, they just didn't want it. Nobody gave any chance at all to Buster Douglas. Let me show you first, during this time, how powerful Mike Tyson was. Let me show you some of his knockout videos. He was a mean fighting machine. People literally shivered. If you can show that video. All right, see, like, if people had to watch Mike Tyson fight, they had to be there right from the beginning of the fight, because the fight would be over in about 2 to 3 rounds. That's it. He would knock them down, the opponent down, and anytime Mike Tyson knocks anybody down, they just wouldn't be able to get up. There's been no history of Mike Tyson knocking somebody down and them getting up. And then there came Buster Douglas. Now, Buster Douglas, before the fight, all right, 3 weeks before the fight, his mother died. And Buster Douglas loved his mother very much. And his mother actually went around among their friends and relatives and all that, and started bragging about her son. That's what mothers do, right? Brag about their kids. So, you know, she started saying that, you know, my son is going to defeat Mike Tyson. You know, look out for him. He is going to be the heavyweight champion of the world. And then Buster Douglas would go and say, Mom, don't say that. Come on, you're humiliating. You know, you're embarrassing yourself. Don't do it. And she would go out and do it. And then 3 weeks before the fight, his mother died. And then this happened. Let me show you this fight between Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson. And let me show you the power of love.
Keep in mind that Carl Williams looked pretty loose and relaxed against Tyson. Left jab lands again for Tyson. He has not yet gone to the body.
To be down within the first or the second round. And Buster Douglas kept coming back. He just kept coming back, and Mike Tyson was hitting him. Mike Tyson just kept hitting him. But you know, Buster Douglas was very clear why he was doing it, because he wanted to make his mom proud. He didn't care about anything else. He just didn't care about the pain, about the hammering that he was getting from Mike Tyson. And he lasted. And people expected him to drop in the first or the second round. But he kept going. And after the third round, the fourth round, the fifth round, you know, this has never happened before. Nobody had fought Mike Tyson for this long in the ring. and it went on. And if you know, a boxing match lasts for 10 rounds. And that it had never happened before that somebody had fought Mike Tyson for that long. And Buster Douglas, he was getting hit and he was taking shots from Mike Tyson, and he was still standing up. I'm sure he would have felt the hurt, but I think his love for his mother was much more than the hurt. And he kept going back up. And when he kept going back up, Tyson put him down again. And Tyson started hitting him and hitting him again. And the fight went on for the 8th round. And Mike Tyson never ever expected this. And then that happened when Buster Douglas was knocked down with an uppercut from Mike Tyson. And then the people thought, that's it. That's it. It was great that Buster Douglas went on till 8 rounds, but he will never get up. But he did. He did get up. And then people expected that Mike Tyson would come in and finish the fight. And then the round 9 happened. And then Mike Tyson kept hammering him. But then Buster Douglas started fighting back. He started fighting back. And Mike Tyson didn't know what hit him. And he started hitting back, which had never happened ever. And then the fight went on to the 10th round and the final round. And then the unbelievable started to happen. And this is the 10th round. And ladies and gentlemen, Buster Douglas knocked out Mike Tyson for first time ever in history. There's a brand new heavyweight champion, Buster Douglas. And when people asked him, how did he do it? He said, whenever I got knocked down by Mike Tyson, I had 2 options. Either I could stay down. I could stay down and let my mother be humiliated. Or I could stand up and fight again and make my mother proud. When you go back, you will get knocked down. You will get knocked down. Who you are doing this for and who you are doing this with will decide whether you will get back up or not. You have amazing uplines. I have some of your uplines right here. These people know why they are getting up every time when they get knocked down. They are very clear on why they are getting up every time they get knocked down. And they care for you. When you are swimming and when you are drowning, these people put their hand out to you to help you come up. But don't take their hand and drown them also in the water. Don't make them sacrifice their dreams because you are not man enough to pay the freaking price for your dream. if you are not man enough to acknowledge the love and the gratitude of the people who have sacrificed for you, then there is the door. Get the fuck out. This business is not for you. When you become clear on why you are doing this, on your dreams, and who you are doing it for, and when you do this business with amazing people like this, you will become phenomenal. You will become phenomenal. You will change into that warrior, into that leader, which will inspire hundreds of people, thousands of people, who will directly and indirectly change lives. You will become that person. These people will hold their hand out to you. When you are drowning, they care for you. They put your hand out because they care for your dreams and they understand the sacrifices your loved ones have done for you, even long before you realized it. And even when you act like a moron, they still will come for you. Not because they need the money. They will get the money even if it's not you and if it is somebody else. But they will come to you because they know that behind you there are a lot more people who have paid the price for you. And when you go back, and when they let their hand out for you, grab it and rise yourself. Do not pull them down with you. What they have done is amazing. There are a lot more people. There are many of you in the crowd. There are many others in service. I could not bring all of them up here. But I just want to let them know that I respect what you are doing in your markets. And it's amazing. Thank you very much, guys. I leave you with this song, and I wish and I pray that each one of you become phenomenal.